Being the most accomplished Mexican Formula 1 driver means Sergio Perez enjoys quite a lot of attention that comes with the sport's glamour. Nonetheless, there are some surprising facts about this driver's life both inside and outside of F1. So join us as we count down the top 10 little-known facts about Sergio Perez. Number 10. Sergio Perez's early racing career. Sergio Checo Perez, like many of his contemporaries, began his racing career in karting at a young age. Checo finished his first season at the age of 6, finishing second overall with 4 victories in his class. That was just the beginning for Checo, who went on to win in Master Cadets, Shifter 125cc, and became the youngest driver to win a Shifter 80cc competition. Checo's prodigious talent quickly caught the attention of Escuderia Telmex scouts, and by 2004 he had graduated from karts to race for Telmex in the Skip Barber National Championship in the United States. He was soon on his way to Europe and Formula BMW. After finishing 14th and 6th overall for Team Rosberg in his 2 Formula BMW seasons, he moved to A1 Grand Prix and then to Formula 3, where he dominated the British Formula 3 Championship by winning 2/3 of his races for the T-Sport team in 2007. Checo, who is now based in Oxford, finished 4th in the international class of the British F3 Championships in 2008, paving the way for him to advance to the F1 feeder series GP2. Checo dominated his first race in the GP2 Asia Series, winning from start to finish in Bahrain, and the following year he finished the season as runner-up in the main GP2 series after winning in Hockenheim, Monaco, Silverstone, Spa and Abu Dhabi. A move to F1 with the Sauber team was unavoidable, and Checo became the first Mexican to race in F1 since Hector Rebaque in 1981, quickly establishing a reputation as a tough competitor. Number 9. Why is Sergio Perez's nickname Checo? For non-Spanish speakers, the nickname Checo may appear to have a deeper meaning or be an inside joke among Perez's friends and family. Unfortunately, Sergio Perez himself cleared up the confusion in a 2013 interview when asked about his unusual nickname. As it turns out, the story surrounding it is a little underwhelming. It's not really that complicated or interesting. In Mexico, where I come from, all Sergios are automatically given the nickname Checo. Sorry, there's no story behind it. Sergio and Checo are shortened in the same way that Robert is shortened to Bob or Richard is shortened to Dick in English. However, whispers in the Red Bull camp suggest that Max Verstappen is known as the Minister of Defense, as a result of his stellar performance in holding back Lewis Hamilton at the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Number 8. Why does he wear the number 11? While drivers almost always have compelling reasons for choosing which number to race under, these numbers are often subject to change throughout a driver's career. Sergio Perez would appear to defy the trend in this regard, having driven under the number 11 for nearly his entire racing career, all the way back to his days as a kart racer. The reason for his selection of number 11 is his passion for soccer and his favourite team, Club America, where his hero Ivan Zamorano played from 2001 to 2003. The Chilean striker established himself as a club legend in the number 11 jersey after scoring 33 goals in 63 appearances for Club America, where he won the Torneo de Verano in his first season. Sergio Perez continues to honour and excel in the following number. When I started in karting, there was a soccer player that was playing for Club America. The team I like, it was Ivan Zamorano. He was my idol and was wearing number 11, so it was very easy for me to choose that. Number 7. His relationship with Carlos Slim. There is no denying that sponsorship is required in order to overcome the financial barriers that exist when attempting to reach the top of the sport. Fortunately, Sergio Perez's talent shone through, catching the attention of Mexican billionaire Carlos Slim, who chose to sponsor Sergio Perez from his humble karting beginnings all the way up to Formula 1 glory. But how did this relationship get started? Unbeknownst to some, Sergio Perez comes from a racing family, with his father Tonio, a professional racing driver turned promoter, who became an important figure in the training and support of professional drivers throughout Mexico. Because of Tonio's experience, he recognized Sergio Perez's talent in karting at a young age, and approached Carlos Slim with an offer to invest in both his son and Mexico's karting fraternity as a whole. Telmex was already sponsoring other racing divisions in Mexico at the time and was looking to expand into international racing with the help of Tonio. While it took some time after his initial meeting with Carlos Slim at the age of 6, Sergio Perez was able to secure Telex sponsorship at the age of 14, which led to his placement at Germany's Formula BMW circuit. Carlos Slim and Sergio Perez have maintained a strong personal and professional relationship as a result of his success on the track, which has proven beneficial to both of them over the course of 3 decades. Number 6. Checo could have had a very different career. Given his friendship with businessman Carlos Slim, it's not surprising that Sergio Perez has ambitions outside of racing in areas such as law and finance. Sergio Perez has stated that if he hadn't become a professional racing driver, he would have considered a career in banking or law because of his fascination with the stock market and business in general. I would like to have been a banker or a lawyer. They both have a lot of adrenaline, similar to the stock market, and that's what I'd say is similar to racing. Sergio Perez's talents in other sports complement his corporate ambitions. Indeed, as a close friend of Javier Chicharito Hernandez, he grew up playing soccer and considered it as a possible career before committing to karting. Number 5. His brother is a driver as well. As mentioned earlier, Sergio Perez comes from a family of professional race drivers, and that is further evidenced by his brother's success in an equally prestigious racing division, NASCAR. While it may be difficult to believe, some argue that Sergio Perez's brother Antonio Mendoza is a better driver than Sergio Perez, as demonstrated by some of his professional driving statistics, which include 3 wins, 1 more than Checo himself. Although Antonio Mendoza has now retired and Sergio Perez is still racing, his brother's success cannot be denied. Number 4. Sergio Perez owns a charity. Sergio Perez founded the Checo Perez Foundation in 2012 at the age of 22 to help orphans and children with cancer. Since then, the project has grown and improved the lives of millions of Mexicans. Their foundation contributes to a number of children's shelters and programs for children who are at risk or have limited resources. This includes establishing a foundation for their success, as well as workshops and courses on emotional development, expression, recreational activities, and other topics. The foundation is managed and presided over by Paola Perez, Sergio Perez's sister, and its purpose is to provide learning tools and support for differently abled children. The foundation continues to support the most vulnerable members of Mexican society through a combination of familial love, hard work, persistence, and tenacity, and is testament to the Perez family's desire to help communities less fortunate than their own. Number 3. Red Bull saved the Mexican's career. Sergio Perez has been a Formula 1 driver for over a decade. He raced for 3 different teams in 4 seasons while looking for a home. He started his career with Sauber in 2011 before moving to McLaren in 2013. In 2014, he signed a contract with Force India and stayed with them until the team was sold to Lawrence Stroll's Racing Point. Despite his long-term contract with Racing Point, Perez was let go at the end of 2020. Perez's career appeared to be in jeopardy at the time, just as he appeared to be regaining his strength after winning the 2020 Sakir GP. But when Red Bull approached him about replacing the struggling Alex Albon, his career was saved. Perez struggled for most of 2021 with Red Bull, but he eventually found his strength in the car and played a key role in Max Verstappen's title win. I really enjoy working with the team, to be honest. With the group of people, with engineers, with the Red Bull culture, with the brand itself, as it's a huge brand. It is a lot of work, relative to what I was used to at other teams. Red Bull is a massive brand, but I enjoy it. I really feel great as part of it. I'm working great with Max, with the race engineers, with all the team in general. Number 2. His favourite race. Even those who do not follow Formula 1 are aware of the Monaco Grand Prix, so standing on the podium is every driver's dream. Checo accomplished this in 2016. He qualified his Force India in P8, and he knew it would be difficult to move up 5 places on the notoriously tight street circuit and finish on the podium. Checo, however, was able to do just that thanks to his keen observation skills. I remember the race so well. It was a great race in difficult conditions. It was all about making the right decisions. I was called into the pits and then very late my engineer said, "It's your choice." I saw on the big screen that the other drivers who had pitted the lap previously were stuck in traffic behind a Williams, so I stayed out and it worked. I was able to overcut them. I made that choice by looking at the TV. It was special. Number 1. He almost raced for Ferrari and Mercedes. Sergio Perez was on the verge of greatness in Formula 1 8 years ago. He burst onto the scene with a brilliant second and nearly a win in Malaysia, and the world was his oyster. McLaren was an option for 2013. Ferrari was as well, and it appears Mercedes was too. In the end, he chose McLaren, the winners of the final race of 2012. That proved to be a bad decision, and while a Red Bull drive saved his career at the last moment, it was almost over before it began. Everything could have been so different from the moment he stepped onto the podium for the first time in Malaysia. "I remember that day so clearly," said Perez. "Walking onto your first podium is a big thing, and I was there standing next to 2 world champions, Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. Having respect from my idols was so big for me. It was a bit of a shock being next to them in such a difficult race. Fernando said to me, "Don't worry, wins would come for you soon." That sentiment was widely shared in the paddock, but it has not materialized in part due to the decision he made about his career path in 2013. The Mexican was a member of the Ferrari Driver Academy, and if his career trajectory continued, he could drive for the famous Red Team at some point. McLaren, however, threw a wrench in the works by offering him a ride alongside Jenson Button. The Woking-based team was flying high at the time and appeared to be a real force in 2013, so Perez chose them over Ferrari and, it appears, Mercedes, and signed on the dotted line. It was all natural. I was part of the Ferrari Academy, and there was a lot of contact with the team. It was a natural step that a driver part of the academy would be linked to them. It was all looking like I was going there, but then things changed. We were talking to Mercedes, but that really depended if Lewis didn't go there. I was the second option. It's what they said. We had a couple of options looking back then. 2013 was the closest I came to going to Ferrari. That was very close. In hindsight, if I didn't go to McLaren, I certainly would have gone to Ferrari, but things changed very quickly in F1. McLaren at the time were dominating. They offered me a contract. It made a lot of sense at the time. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off. The car was quite bad, and I was not able to score any podiums or fight for anything apart from points. Things changed a lot since then. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to click the bell button to be notified of future videos.